My husband died in an accident. Then I started receiving messages from his phone. The call that ended everything. The phone call came at 6:42 a.m. I remember the time because I stared at the screen for too long before answering, annoyed that someone was calling that early. By the time I hung up, my entire life had split into a before and an after. They told me there had been an accident. They told me my husband didn't survive. They told me I needed to come identify the body. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember crying. I remember standing in the kitchen, staring at the coffee mug I had just poured for him. It was still steaming. The man I thought I knew, my husband and I had been married for 11 years. He wasn't perfect, neither was I, but he was predictable, steady, reliable. He worked in logistics, long hours, boring stories. He complained about traffic and office politics. He liked routine. We didn't have children. We said we were waiting for the right time, but deep down, I think we were afraid. Our life was quiet, and until that morning, I thought it was honest. The days that followed, grief doesn't arrive dramatically. It settles. The house felt wrong without him. Too quiet, too still. People came over with food. They hugged me too long. He was such a good man. I can't believe this. Let me know if you need anything. No one knows what to say to the living when death arrives unexpectedly. I nodded. I thanked them. I waited for everyone to leave. His phone sat on the nightstand. I hadn't touched it. Something about it felt sacred, untouchable. The police had already gone through it briefly. They said there was nothing unusual, no signs of foul play, just an accident. I believed them. At least I wanted to. 3 nights after the funeral, his phone buzzed. I froze. I stared at it like it was alive. The screen lit up with a message preview. Unknown number. Did you tell her yet? My hands shook as I picked it up. I told myself it was a mistake, a wrong number, a cruel coincidence. I didn't reply. The next message came the following night. She deserves to know. That was when fear replaced grief. Not panic, not hysteria, fear. I typed one word. Who is this? The reply came instantly. You already know. I didn't sleep that night. I stared at the phone until sunrise. At 7:13 a.m., another message appeared. He promised he'd tell you. My chest felt tight. Tell me what? I did something I had never done before. I went through his phone. Not just texts, everything. Emails, notes, apps. That's when I noticed it. A folder hidden deep inside another folder. Password protected. I knew his passwords, or at least I thought I did. None of them worked. Out of desperation, I typed our wedding date. The folder opened. Inside were photos, places I didn't recognize. Receipts, screenshots, notes. My husband had a second life. The notes mentioned an address, an apartment across town. I told myself I wouldn't go. I went anyway. The building was old, quiet. I stood outside the door for a long time before knocking. A woman answered. She looked at me like she'd been expecting me. Her name was Laura. She said my husband had been living there part-time for 3 years. He told her he was divorced. He told her I was his past. She told me she had just found out he died, through the same messages I was receiving. Then she said something that knocked the air out of me. She had a son, my husband's son, 5 years old. I don't remember leaving the apartment. I remember sitting in my car, staring at nothing. My husband wasn't just unfaithful, he was a stranger. The messages didn't stop. Different numbers, different people, all asking the same thing. Did you tell her yet? He had another secret, a side business, illegal, risky. The accident wasn't random. It was connected. He wasn't alone in the car. Someone else survived, someone who disappeared. I went back to the police. This time they listened. The case reopened. The policy was massive, too massive, and I wasn't the only beneficiary. I met them one by one. The woman who loved him, the partner who trusted him, the child who called him dad. Each meeting stripped another layer away. I stopped mourning the man I married. I started mourning the truth I never had. 1 month later, I received the last message. I'm sorry. He was supposed to end it, all of it. I never replied. I could have stayed silent. I didn't. I told everyone. Lawsuits, courtrooms, headlines. My life became public. I met his son one last time. He didn't look like me. He looked like him. I sold the house. I changed my number. I left the city. Survival isn't strength. It's adaptation. Do I still love him? That's the wrong question. Love became memory. Memory became caution. 2 years later, I'm still learning who I am. Without lies. Without secrets. If someone you love dies, and the truth comes after, believe it. If the person you loved most turned out to be a stranger, would you want to know?